Hey,
All right.
hello, my little hamsters. Can I get a squeak squeak?
Squeak, squeak.
Squeak.
Okay, perfect. I just want to make sure you guys hear me. We're all in line. Um, Perfect. Since kind of Isaac kind of knows a little bit of the beginning premises, I just kind of want to just break down what you guys see and what is gonna happen. I mean, you probably won't know that. Okay, either way, I'm being nervous because it's my first time. Ignore me. Blah. Okay, so you guys are in this big hamster cage. You're in a regular kind of guy's room. There's nothing special, nothing mythical about it. You guys are basically in a nice, good-sized bedroom. From behind you, you see the window. Um, Outside the window, you see on the left side, you see a doghouse. You see kind of cobblestone going to the grill area, and then you see like a shed out there too as well. Nice fenced in. Everything looks bright and beautiful outside. You look like you're kind of in a suburban area. As you probably don't know as a hamster, probably don't care, but it looks nice and clean and very beautiful outside. Um, Basically facing to the other side of the cage, on the right side, you see this nice little lamp that glows and kind of changes colors, kind of like vibing colors from blue, and then it slowly turns to purple, and then it slowly turns to red, kind of like that. Kind of giving a nice little ambiance to the room. You kind of will get a theme slowly when I start breaking down what you guys see further past that. Um, on the right side too, you do see the door. Um, your owner, Val, um, when the door's open, you know he's home. He sees you guys every day. So right now the door is open. Pretty much you're just waiting for him to come back to kind of play with you guys because he's always very interactive with you guys. You're not just always in your cage. He takes you guys out one by one, plays you guys in the room, and he also plays with you guys with the action figures he has. He's a big collector of action figures. You see display cases of like things from mythical stuff to military things, GI Joes. The guy is a collector of just everything that he thought was cool, moved from movies, shows, and things like that. He keeps that in really good condition. You see two display cases right ahead of you. You see one rectangle one. That one kind of displays more so the military ones and kind of the random things they like to throw on there. So you see kind of military Humvees kind of thing. And then in the corner display, it kind of tears down from the top being superheroes and things like that. And the lower you go, the next one has kind of like people in armor, like armor action figures with like swords and knives and everything like that. One below that, there is kind of like anime-ish stuff and say so forth, so on and so forth. So you just see he's a big collector on things like that. On the left side of you, you do see his bed. His bed is not too far from you. Between you and the bed, there is like kind of a table. And that table, he leaves his laptop on it. He does smoke. So basically, you see also the bowl, and everything like that, too. And sometimes he leaves that a little close to the cage, which we'll also get into more detail when Isaac gets back. But basically, in the life of hamsters, everything's normal. Your cage is decked
Oh,
the fuck out.
I'm here by the way. I'm just chilling in the background listening.
Oh,
I was waiting
cool.
then to be able to take the
Great.
spotlight a little bit.
Okay, perfect. Yes, so you guys are in this beautifully made hamster cage. It's not this little cramped thing. No, it has intricate tubings that go to even outside of the cage, underneath the cage. Like, he gives you everything you guys want to be free and have fun in that cage. Even though he takes you guys out and he does kind of play with you guys a lot, and show you tons of love. He wants to make sure when he is gone for work, you guys have space and room to, mingle since there are three hamsters in there. So I'm gonna start off with Sir Wiggles. Please kind of describe your character once again for me, and then kind of what you're doing right now, personality-wise, as a hamster.
Uh, I am a fighter hamster. So I am pretty bulky and kind of like got some chunk on
Oh,
me. At the,
before you get, I'm gonna cut you off only because so right now you're just a normal hamster. There's
oh,
nothing special about you. You're just a beautiful hamster on this beautiful day in this beautifully design the room. So this more so, what is your day-to-day ideas? Just imagine just a regular ham. You pick up a hamster from the pet store. Imagine yourself as that right now. Um, that's basically what this kind of is. You're getting that feeling. That's basically what this is. As a hamster. So kind of describe yourself as this kind of the as a hamster before like I get into everything else. But right now, just more so think of yourself as a hamster. Nothing special about it.
Okay.
So basically, your
Uh,
personality kind of thing, your personality trait as a hamster. Um, if you want an example, I can have Isaac kind of like tell you how his hamster is. Or if you want to continue, or you have an idea, you can continue talking about it.
can I actually do have the example, please? If
Okay.
that
Isaac, do you want to kind of break down yourself a
Yeah.
little bit
What's up,
as your
everybody?
hamster?
My name's Daddy Jiggles, and I am a very beautiful, like, tabby cat style hamster. And my owner's so cool that he gave me a little bandana, bro. And every day he leaves his joint slightly smoking on the edge. I just sit there and smell it, bro. It's like the best shit ever. You can either find me sitting there hitting that secondhand dab, or like munching on the food, I guess. I sometimes fall asleep in it.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Does that kind of give you like a little idea? Help out a little bit?
Yeah, that does.
Okay. Isaac, was there anything else you want to add, or is that good?
I think that's all. That's pretty much just it right now. As I don't really seem interested in anything. Like I don't use the tubes. I lays about all day. I'm a very fat ass hamster. Um, I don't really care too much. Uh, that like THC hits my tiny system so hard that it's basically like taking 3 edibles for me.
Okay. All right. So I think I got this. Okay. Sorry about that. Um, oh, sorry. My phone just started ringing. I am Sir Wig. I am the most magnificent spotted hamster you will ever find. Master, Master, I am Master's favorite, obviously. He would not have given me this interesting toothpick sword thing had it not been otherwise. I am pretty bulky, and I love running on the wheel. And is there a wheel in the cage?
Yes, you have everything you think a hamster has. It has it plus more.
Enjoy running on the wheel. I must stay strong, for I must defend the others, because no one else will be as important as I am. For see, and basically he just like he loves to run on the wheel and just kind of like run about the cage. He like does little laps around the cage.
Sir Wiggles, bro, you need to like vibe sometime, man.
He goes, I must protect the cage. I must.
The
How squirrel?
cage is not needing to be protected, bro. Just eat some of this kibble or some shit. Like, hold it up. Like, bruh.
Like he just like
I like
eats
the
it
thought
and
of
then just kind of like it's like whoa.
Alright,
He like doesn't
crackhead.
think either. He's just like and then just like bites your hand up, bites
Uh,
your little paw.
okay, I'm going back to bed. Go enjoy whatever crackhead adventure you want to go on.
Of
I like
course.
the thought of like what the owner sees is like this lazy hamster that loves to lay on one side. He sees the hamster, your hamster, just working out as much as possible, teething like the little sword, the kind of plastic sword that he got from like a Bloody Mary one day. He threw it in there, and he found out that like end up loving it. But in your mind, you are just like this warrior who has to just get stronger, and you feel the extra love because of it, and you have to be just the one.
I am the
But
one. I am a magnificent hamster.
Uh, and what about you, Demir? What is your hamster about?
Hello all, my name is Vespa. I am a white, very white hamster. I am a fighter. My master gave me a hoodie, a very nice blue hoodie. I like to run through the tubings and exercise to become fit and well prepared for our next play sessions.
I like to think about the fact that like he plays you guys with the toys so much that like some of you guys are getting kind of like the um it's like rubbing off on you guys where it just you know like Toy Story starts off with like these toys are playing, but in reality like no like in the movie it shows like a train running away about to hit the lady on the it's very epic and stuff like that, but in reality he's holding you guys, bouncing you guys up and down kind of thing. I like to kind of have that in mind and it seems real to you guys, kind of like Bolt the movie where you guys don't know.
Except to me,
Yeah,
it's
more or
just
less.
kinda chill.
Yeah, then you have this one over here. What are you guys even doing?
Guys, why is he like smashing me into this cardboard?
You must get stronger.
But I'm too half of that shit.
Okay, at that point, you're gonna hear the doors kind of open up since it's kind of a little closed, not too open. It opens up, and you see your owner, Val. You see him kind of just he made himself a meal downstairs, kind of a sandwich. He doesn't necessarily have a TV there, but he has his laptop open. He kind of sits by his bed, looks at his laptop, and he's eating, and stuff like that. And kind of when he finishes food, he goes up to you guys. Kind of when he eats, he knows when you guys have to eat. It's all kind of within that kind of timeline. So yeah, he throws in food in there and stuff, just a little bit more. The food he had in there are just more so like nutrient stuff, but he kind of puts in lettuce and more veggie stuff that you guys like. What do you guys like to eat for like? Would you guys have a favorite vegetable that he knows?
I like strawberries. They're packed with sugar and give me a real good fucking dopamine boost when I'm buzzing, bruh.
Perfect. Yeah, he basically he sees you in your corner. He knows that you love that. Everyone has kind of like a he knows where you guys like to reside. You by the wheel, you by more so Demir more so no Vesper more so near the tunnels. Sir Wiggles more so near the running wheel, and then you more so to the corner. So yeah, he puts strawberries there, kind of mushed up a little bit. Some chunks, some a little bit easier to kind of like slurp on since he sees that you're kind of a little more laid back and you don't really munch like the other ones. What about you, Sir Wiggles? What would you like?
You see, I enjoy potatoes for the starch keeps me fit and strong and saves fat for the winter. That makes
Okay, yeah.
sense.
So basically, he he feeds you guys all sorts of veggies. But one day, while playing with you, he was eating kind of like a potato dish, more meaty stuff, and he realized that you were always going after it, and you just had like a taste for it. And the more he started seeing you eat it, he kind of became accustomed where he kind of just when he's cooking downstairs, he kind of makes a potato, cools it down so it's not hot at all. It's kind of like lukewarm. He chops it up really, really fine for you to chew on. He also puts that in your little section. Um, and that's kind of what he kind of puts for you, but like veggies and stuff around it. And then for Vesper, what about you?
He'll basically eat anything. He
Okay,
has no
so
preference. He'll just eat whatever he's given. If you give him meat, he'll eat meat. If you give him veggies, he'll eat veggies. He'll eat
okay,
anything. He's Vespa.
so for Vesper, obviously he saw that you were just the least picky of the bunch. You didn't really have a preference. It was more so whatever you threw in the way, it was devoured. So think of it more so like a chopped salad of carrots, lettuce, strawberries, a mixed bag of almost everything. Kind of the same
Mhm.
portion of everyone else.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Um, anything, let's write this down. Perfect. So he's gonna start to. You guys know it's probably playtime. He plays you guys a lot. You guys get a sense when he's starting to, do certain things in his kind of routine. So now he's done eating. You guys are done eating. he likes to take you guys out one at a time since there's so many mix of personalities. Um, and so first person he's going to take out is um, he's going to take out Jiggles as he tries to always get Jiggles to be a little more active. He does not know Jiggles is getting high. He thinks Jiggles is more a little bit like a loner or like just more so he just wants to relax and he's a little chill. So he tries to play with him as much as he can compared to the others. Not that he favors it, just more so you can just see that he's just trying to get him to do more than just lay there when he takes him out.
Dude,
But
would
yeah,
you...
he puts you on.
don't take me out.
You just hear squeaks. So he picks you up. He's kind of petting the top of your head. He's kind of saying
Yeah.
some things to you and everything. Itching the spots that he sees that you like and avoiding the spots that you don't like, kind of thing.
Don't, not
Um,
under the armpit. Don't do that. That's no.
yep. And then he sees you kind of
Ow.
going for like nipping a little bit. And he backs up. Um, and he sits in the
Embrace
bed. And he puts you down right on top of the pillow. What do you do?
Fall asleep.
he pokes you a little bit. Hey,
Hey. Ow. Let me
uh,
fall asleep.
I called you Jiggles because when I first got you, you were just really jiggly. I don't know what the hell happened to you.
I like to get up, put my hands on my hips, do a little hip jiggle, and then fall on my back and fall asleep.
At least you have some sort of activity left in you. So he's gonna pitch you kind of
I'm so
he's gonna keep you on
stoned.
the pillow. You are probably the most trusted hamster to him because he knows you're not gonna go scurrying everywhere. So he leaves you on the pillow because since he feels like you're safe there,
The
he doesn't have to
worst
worry about
part
you rolling around or falling.
is I would jiggle. I'm just way too high to feel my hips.
Yep, and he always loves to smoke before he eats, so you basically had a good like drag before of that second
Yo.
hand before he came back up.
Hell
So
yeah.
you're fresh with it.
I'm
Yeah,
funky
so he's
though.
gonna go to the cage. He's gonna look at you, says, hey, it takes a while for us to kind of, for you to kind of maybe chill out a little bit. And let's have you mingle with your little siblings here. Um, and so I take out Vesper and Wiggles. Um, I have you both, one in the right hand, one in the left hand. What do you guys do when you see me kind of like holding you guys and my thumb is rubbing your sides on both of you guys with a smile?
They
Being
squirming.
Vesper, I will salute.
Uh, so I see you kind of saluting, and I kind of like, I kind of smile and I kind of think to myself, do I play pretend with my hamsters too much? I can't be that much of a loser. No, he's not saluting. He's probably itching his head. Whatever. He tries to brush it off, trying not to make himself seem like he's that lonely. Where you grew on you got the knowledge to salute. He thinks you're itching now. Then he looks at the other side. Then he sees Sir Wiggles. What is Sir Wiggles doing?
Sir Wiggles is like trying to paw at his thumb. It's like, I've been chosen. Release me, master. I will fight.
He sees you're a little more rowdy than others. He thinks if you're kind of like clawing at just feeling like, doing all that is kind of just being a little wild and you want to get down. He doesn't understand that you feel honored. So what he's gonna do? He's gonna go by the bed. He's gonna kind of lay you down under the pillow. The pillow is more so Jiggles. Jiggles doesn't like to be bothered. He knows that over time, as you guys hamsters a little bit more have more movement to you guys compared to him. So he likes to give him his space, but still like him to see and be around the interaction. So he lays you guys on top of the bed and he goes walking to the display case. Do you guys do something while he's kind of picking out certain things?
Is there, like, did he leave the blunt nearby?
Um, it's so right now you're on the bed. The bed is kind of close to the table.
Yeah.
If you want to get to that table, it's going to be a feat as it's a wooden table that's not connected to the bed at all, but it is connected to your cage. Like it's on the same table as your cage, but not near the bed. If that makes sense.
I'm gonna look at it longingly and then just go back
So
to
I
sleep.
imagine you just kind of like laying down at the edge of the bed, like by that corner part, and then you just trying to get the last bit of sniffs out of it before it goes out, and
Oh
just
no, it's going
longingly looking at
out.
it.
Dude. I could be getting
um,
fucked up. And then I'm just gonna go back to bed.
Perfect. What about Sir Wiggles? You're on this big bed. Let's say it's a king size bed. It's a good size bed because it's a good size room. With all this space, the bed is very smooth. He does a good job laying everything out perfectly. So it's not like messy or anything like that. What do you guys want to do?
I kind of want to venture forward to the edge of the bed, but like I'm slipping and sliding on the smooth surface. So it's like, "Ugh, I must venture forward. I must get to the door. I must protect the house."
Yeah,
This
because the cloth, I will say the cloth is kind of like a silky material, so it's you still have some sort of footing, but it's kind of like while if you scramble, you will kind of like, you know, it's
that's
not
like
an
what's
easy scramble,
happening.
but
It's
okay, yeah.
like
If you walk normally, it's gonna be a normal walk. But if you're scrambling in the silk and how nice it's like laid out, yeah, I can imagine you're a mess of a hamster trying to scramble to the edge. But continue.
yeah, like he's like scrambling and he's trying to like make it, but like he's just slipping and sliding, and then he just rolls onto his back and is like looking over at Jiggles. It's like foiled.
Okay. What about Vesper? What is Vesper
King
doing now?
Vesper, he is standing at attention, as Vesper does, waiting to play.
I'm guessing Vesper like this runs to one part of the bed, vigilantly looking out to make sure it's safe. Going to the other side of the bed, vigilantly looking out, just being the watchdog he feels like he is. Kind of like in a like a meerkat kind of way where you look up and you look side to side and then you go back down on your fours up on two legs side to side. Um, and that's basically
Yeah?
what you're gonna be doing until he gets back.
Yeah, literally. You basically said it word for word what I was planning to do.
Well, I kind of got that idea, um, but perfect. So that turns out perfect. So you see him turn around, and he's at the display case with the military stuff. I will say this is probably Jiggle's favorite one, as he loves being dressed up as kind of the best outfits that he puts on him. It's a little more free compared to the other stuff that covers most of his body. He likes to have some sort of freedom, but he likes kind of the look of the jacket. And plus, it's green, the favorite color of his things he likes to smoke. So, he comes up. He has a Humvee with the clothes. He puts the clothes on you guys. You guys don't have the clothes that I think we talked about before. Wait, we talk about before. It's more so military stuff. So, um, I'm gonna kind of just play this through and everything. And you guys play. He has the Humvee. You guys are in the Humvee riding around. He sees kind of Jiggles. You're in the you're in the back of the truck because that's more room for you to lay. You're in your outfit. And then I was yep.
They stole
And then
me,
I will
put
say
me in here.
Wiggles is the driver, and then Vesper's on the right side. So yeah, let's go to Jiggles. What are you doing again?
Jiggles, yeah, I didn't want to be here, man. They grabbed me from the pillow and put me in this Humvee, but the wind does kind of feel nice, if we're being honest. I I guess in the end, this is okay, and I'll just close my eyes and wait for something to pull me along into the plot.
Yeah, so basically like the stoner kind of thing where like I don't want to go this place, but like you end up going on the drive and you feel the wind in your hair, and you're like, okay, it's not too bad. I'm vibing with this, but it wasn't my first pick. um, and then since he's chilling and laying back, let's go to Sir Wiggles. Sir Wiggles, you are the driver. He basically has you going around obstacle courses, things like that. He's pretending things are shooting at you guys. You're trying to get away from the bad guys, which is kind of like by the pillow, and he's driving from the pillow, dodging and weaving from explosions he's making with his mouth.
Loud.
What would what would Sir Wiggles do?
Sir Wiggles is like, onward, this is a test of my endurance, and he's trying to like, I assume there's like a little mini baby steering wheel in there, so he's trying to steer, but he's not. He's like, onward, we must fight for our master.
Every
And
time
it's
they
just like,
turn, I like smack my head, and I just look at Sir Wiggles. Chill the fuck out.
like, no, my companion, we must fight. We must go. And it's
Uh,
just like, vroom, vroom, just like maneuvering the wheel that doesn't do anything.
Yeah, so basically, it's in your mind, you're just in an action film. You're skirting the cars, skirting around. You see explosions. You're defending your master. You feel like you have this sense of glory right now. Just going through your blood, where you're feeling like you're saving the day. Um, so, and then Vesper, lastly, you are on the passenger side. He kind of has you with like a plastic machine gun, which is like on the floor of it, obviously, because you haven't. If you want to pick it up, you can. What would you like to do?
Oh hell yeah! Take that machine gun and just start spraying and praying, as Vesper does and as Vesper is. Just stick myself out the side of the passenger seat and then just start firing away with that machine gun.
Perfect. Yeah,
Play.
it doesn't really shoot out, but he's kind of doing it with his mouth. So like kind of like that. But what were you gonna say, Wiggles?
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say I said bully, which is like I think another version of like yeah,
Oh,
bully, good chap. Somehow my accent changed.
yeah. Well, you're a wild one with like the sense of like mythical and medieval kind of glory. So you'll probably go back from your hamster voice, which is more English, to Sir Knight kind of thing, as Sir Wiggles kind of has an identity crisis a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you basically spend the next, let's say, 30 minutes kind of doing that, and he's kind of gets a little exhausted. You see outside, it's kind of like it's getting a little darker as when he had the food around the time, it was kind of getting a little late as he works a little late too as well. He probably gets home around the 6 o'clock range. You can see those kind of a sundown, like kind of a sundown a little bit. Um, Around the time where he does put you kind of closer to the cage to put you back in. You see the sun kind of going down a little bit on the background. But since that's happening, he works really like late at night. So what he's gonna do is after setting you guys up, he's gonna kind of close the door, turn the fan on top. There's a fan also in the ceiling. Go to his bed, and he's gonna watch on his laptop for a few hours, but he's gonna knock out ultimately, and by that time it's probably midnight. That being said, now it's nighttime. You guys have had a fun full day with
I
him.
would
30
like
minutes
to.
felt like
I would like to be
what was
passed
that?
out on his laptop, away from the others, so
Um,
they can't get me to do shit.
would you like to basically like sneak out of the cage to go to the laptop, or basically is it
Oh,
something that
sorry.
he,
Yeah, that's right. We're in the cage. I'm just gonna go back
yeah.
to my food bin and chill. Never
If you want
mind.
to go to the laptop, it's on the same table as yours too. So if you want to kind of like figure out a way out, you can. It's on the table for you. If it's something
Sure.
that you feel like you would do, like to get away from them, it's imagine that being one of the things that you do. He does know you're an escape artist, so he does his best to kind of like you see zip ties in sort of the edging of like the cage that you've actually find a weak spot for,
Bruh.
but it does not mean he solved everything. So if you want to, I'll give you it to get out, but I want you to be as creative as possible.
Dude,
What would you kind of like have for like a hidden
I'm a,
passage to get to the laptop?
I'm a hamster. I just walk up to those zip ties and chew them.
Oh, you just make a new you just make a new way again.
Yeah, I don't need to fucking stop this dumbass. Come on. I
Yeah, so
chew.
you do so with pretty much ease as you're a hamster and your teeth is pretty much yeah.
I
If
look
you
at
work on it, it's gonna happen.
I look at those two who are just like vigorously running about, and I'm just like, I really can't get any sleep in this damn cage. Bruh, my like even my buzz is starting to like run off with how much their adrenaline's kicking. I'm just gonna go find like a cozy place near
Um,
like the exhaust the computer or some shit.
okay. So this is
Before he leaves,
what was that?
could I do something to his character before he leaves?
Um, let's see. You put on your side.
I mean,
Yeah, what's
I
your
like,
was gonna say if I
perception?
could just do a playful tackle if I see him,
no,
just to
God.
mess around with him.
I.
What's your natural
Passive is
perception?
15. 15.
15? Okay, I'll give you that then. You know he likes to sneak out a little bit, as you're always vigilant, and always looking around, kind of keeping everyone kind of safe and alert. You do see him kind of like doing his up to his old tricks again, and then you run up to him and you want to tackle him. You said.
Yeah, just a playful tackle.
You
What am I rolling?
motherfucker.
Um, I'm gonna say that's let's do a pose strength check to see if he just kind of muffs you, as like just leave me alone kind of thing, because I'm guessing that would probably be something he would do, as he
Yeah.
does not want to be with you guys.
I'm sobering up and I'm not in the fucking mood. That's an unnat 22.
Alright, so strength check. That
Yeah.
is a
22.
okay 20. I rolled a 16 plus 4.
Okay.
So I
So
nudge him, but it's not enough to do anything.
You don't even touch me,
so I
bro.
Ah,
yeah. Yeah, so basically, you guys are kind of like he's basically playing keep away with you with his like his body push you away a little bit. You're pushing forward. You
Can
guys
I
are
roll
tussling a little
stealth
bit.
to disappear without him finding me?
Yeah, you can do that. Let's say if you just kind of like
Amazing.
muff him a little bit and push him down, and then it's probably the opportunity if you want.
Yeah.
do I roll perception to try and catch him?
No, it's against your passive perception.
Yeah, this is more so against your passive because it's not like a challenge or anything. It's basically him just sneaking
15.
off, kind of like disappearing act on you.
Fair enough.
15.
That's
Okay,
my passive.
exactly passive. So I'm gonna basically just roleplay it like this, as you don't see the need. You like to like guard and like take a look, be a lookout. You see that he doesn't want to really be played with and stuff like that. Um, so I'm gonna say he does kind of like he doesn't really sneak out. You watch him like there's no anything like that. But I will say he sneaks out of the cage, goes to his laptop, to the laptop area where it's still kind of a little warm from him being on it. And you just kind of just dismiss it as he just likes to be alone. Just kind of want to play it like that. But you're
All
in the
right.
cage right now. And what about you, Wiggles? Are you awake? Are you sleeping? Did this wake you up? What are you doing?
Sir Wig is currently passed out on the wheel, just kind of rocking back and forth. He like tired himself out.
So you,
I am the strongest. I am the best. And she's like, "Please snore."
Seeing as how the cage was basically open again, can I go out and just travel?
yeah, you can do that.
Mhm.
I will say, yeah, you can travel because yeah, you seen where he went out. So if it was a secret, he knows it anyway. Either way, it's something you do on the regular. But yeah, if you want to sneak out, you can sneak out. Just know you're on a fairly high, smooth, wooden table. Um,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to get down, it's going to be tough to get back up, and it's you kind of being perceptive. I'm just getting you kind of the way of the land, and since you're very familiar with it, he does take you off this pretty high table that's basically kind of like a little bit above waist high to you, just a little high, because you're a little hamster. But you do have room in front of the cage. Like on the table's a pretty good sized table, so if you want to kind of explore around the table itself, you can. There's some good things on it if you want to kind of just play with those. But other than that, if you want to drop down, it will be kind of like a risky thing. And the floor underneath it is not rug; it is actually wood too as well. So he might wake up and he might not wake up from that. So it all really depends on what you want to do. If you
Okay.
can think of a really improvised way to get down, just know yeah, it's gonna be really fucking hard to get back up. That's just basically from perception. But what do you want to do?
What is on the table right now?
So right now on the table he has his phone. He has the laptop where you see no, you see Jiggles is on, Daddy Jiggles. You see Jiggles is sitting on the laptop, laying down, sleeping, just in do not disturb mode. From there you see the phone right next to the laptop. More so in front of the cage, you do see kind of like the little bag of treats he has that he gives you guys. You see a few bags of those. And if you go around the cage on the right side of it, there is kind of like oh yeah, and also on the left side of the cage there's also the weed and stuff. But on the right side of the cage there is let's say his keys, and his wallet.
Mhm. So there's nothing I can just let hang down so I can try and climb back up, is there?
No. I mean, I will say he has a lanyard on his keys, but it does not reach far down enough.
Okay, if that's the case, I'll just mess with the cell phone.
Okay.
Because he's
What do
curious
you
because
want
he
to do?
doesn't know what it is. Or maybe he does and he just wants to sneak into it and just do his Vespa thing, as Vesper does.
Okay. So you're basically just tapping on the phone, kind of like messing with it, because you kind of seen him do it.
Yep.
Okay. Perfect. I will say it's on like kind of it's like docked, like faced up, but on the wireless charger docked up, like so it's not like
Mm-hmm.
laying flat. So it's laying up kind of like a little TV for you. So I just imagine you just kind of like on two legs, kind of like tapping on it, kind of thing. Um, I'm going to have you roll. Um, I'm gonna have you roll Constitution. No, not Constitution. Yeah, I'm gonna have you roll Constitution for me. Just a regular straight
Great.
Constitution roll. No adding to it.
Okay. Uh, so I don't have to worry about my modifier, just roll con.
Yeah, just roll con.
Alright, 23. If you want me to remove the con plus 5, then it's 18.
Okay. You were you were almost there. Um, you see the phone rock side to side, and your main reaction is to try to catch it. It's falling to the right. You jump to the right, try to hold it. Um, so for the most part, you did stop a lot of the noise. But it does kind of create kind of a shifting on top of the counter. You see on the bed, you see him kind of rolling a little bit, disturbed by the noise. Um, what do you want to do? How do you see him kind of moving around?
Hide.
You're basically holding the phone up still from hitting the bottom. You're just holding it. So what do you want to do from there? And you see him that he's kind of like he's bothered by some sort of noise.
I'll hide so he doesn't try and see me.
What do you want to do about the phone you're holding?
Take it with me if I can.
um, it's it's not gonna be that easy. um,
That's fine.
if you want,
This is Vesper. Vesper does his thing.
okay. So okay. In your mind, you feel like this is gonna be something. Okay, so basically, this is Vesper like thinking he can do this in his mind.
Yeah.
Like he's confident, basically.
Yes.
Okay, good. Because it's gonna be perfect. So yeah, in his mind, he has a strength of 1,000 men. This is his sneak mission. He can easily sneak out of this and safely put the phone down and move it wherever he wants to. By doing so, since you actually rolled exactly on the save I needed you to be, I'm going to say you put the phone down not quietly, and he still shifts around, and you see him kind of like just groan, but you don't see him kind of waking up or getting up out of his bed. He takes the blanket off because he looks a little hot, so maybe he's just bothered by that. But when you go to try to grab the phone and move it, it does have kind of like the rubber case. So a rubber case on top of the wood surface is not too hard to kind of drag. So this strength that you think you have is kind of like in vain. so um
If
so
I
yeah,
could, instead of trying to drag it, I'd push it to
push
try and
it.
make it easier to move it around. Rather than dragging it, because that'll just add more effort. It would be better to just try and push it. That
Okay.
would be his mindset on it.
Give me. Actually, I'm gonna go back to you. So I'm gonna have you just struggle with that because it's not gonna be that easy. I'm gonna go
Yes, sir.
to Jiggles and Sir Wiggles. Let's start with Jiggles. Did any of that kind of bother you, or are you just kind of just being chill? What you are doing?
I am in a deep sleep.
Okay, so you're not bothered one fucking bit.
Until something loud happens, I'm not waking up. I'm dreaming of sunflower seeds and hot hamster babes and just like the Playboy bunny of hamster babes. And then that's just a smile as I'm seeing there on the warm laptop.
Perfect. And then, Sir Wiggles, are you still kind of relaxing in the wheel still, like just unbothered?
No, Sir Wiggles just kind of like jolts awake because he hears like the little shifting, and he's kind of like, can he look around and just be like, what the heck is going on? Be-
Yeah. What's your natural perception? I'm gonna just kind of give it where, because the cage is all just clear anyway. If you just look up, it's not too hard. But let's see what your perception is.
10, passive, but 10.
Passive 10. I'm still gonna give
Yeah.
it to you. Like I said, it's just a cage. You look up, and the phone is kind of like blinking a little bit. So you do see Vesper pushing the phone ever so slowly to whatever direction he wants to go. He's on the left side of the cage. You kind of look up to see him do that, and you knowing how to get out of the cage. Do you want to help him? Do you want anything to happen? What do you want to do after seeing that?
Uh, I was gonna say, Sir Wiggles just kind of like ignores Vesper and lets Vesper do whatever he's doing. And there's a wallet on the table, right? Or
Yeah, that's
key.
on the other side of the cage from where he's at.
I think like Sir Wiggles gets up and looks around, and he's like, "Huh, a new weapon." And he tries to go to the keys, if that
Okay,
works.
perfect. So you go to the keys. You kind of get out the cage as easily as the other guys because you kind of seen him. You seen Jiggles always goes to the laptop because he just loves the hum of it. Like that's just his sanctuary. There he likes to go to get away from you guys. You go right past Vesper, who is vigilantly pushing that phone just closer and closer to the cage with his might. And then you kind of scurry your way to over there where the keys are. What do you want to do once you get to the keys? Remember, let's say it has about 5 different keys on it. It has one bulky key fob for his car, which you don't know. That's what you see. And then also, to you, a lengthy lanyard. What do you do from there?
Uh, I want to try and drag the lanyard across and back into the cage, similar to kind of like Vesper, but in the process, I'm kind of like stepping over the fob, trying to like get over to the lanyard end.
Okay. I'm gonna have you roll. I'm gonna have you roll a dexterity check for me.
Okay. Without the modifier.
Yeah, no modifiers yet.
Okay. 8.
8. Okay. With your mighty hamster jaws, you grab onto the lanyard, um, and you feel confident. You are this. You feel the strongest of the bunch. You just worked out. You got your potatoes. You got your starch in. You are on top of the world. You go to drag the keys. Unknowingly behind you, while you're pulling the lanyard, you start hearing the keys kind of like scrape and jiggle, but you start feeling a weight to you. The keys fall from the side of the cage, no, side of the table, and I'm going to give you a dexterity saving throw to let go of the lanyard. And if you don't, I will say because you bit pretty hard on the lanyard, it will take you with you. You can feel that the keys are in the table being very slippery and slidey. It's the keys are going to take you with you basically. So I'm going to have you roll that.
13.
13. You let go. You let go. You feel it tug. You get dragged to the edge, and then you let go last minute with kind of both of your paws hanging over. It does make a loud sound, as it's a very quiet room. There's only the hum of the laptop and the fan. He wakes up. Huh? Hey, what? What was
Master,
that? And
my
he
weapon.
gets up. He gets up and he runs to his the door on the right side of the door. This is light, and he turns it on where the lamp kind of like just right next to you guys, and he sees you red-handed at the edge. He sees Vesper pushing a phone, And with not being too surprised because he always sees this shit, he sees Sir Wiggles. No, he sees Jiggles right there, just laying on his laptop again. Okay.
As I should.
Um, what the fuck, guys? I gotta. Oh my goodness. You hear barking downstairs now. Oh, 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 oh. You just fucking. You just woke up Dover. Guys, oh my god. He picks you guys up. He puts you back in the cage. He does pick you up too as well, Jiggles. With knowing that you're not happy, you're kind of like just fighting it. He does put you in all your coordinated spots. He sees the zip ties were locked. He's like, you know what? I can't do this right now. And he goes downstairs. He takes a while. He's kind of like obviously taking care of the dog. He probably takes the dog out, stuff like that, to the bathroom.
I'm going back to the computer. I don't know what he thinks he's doing.
My weapon.
Okay.
I have dishonored.
So
everything.
so you go back to the laptop.
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. So he's gonna basically come upstairs. He is not happy now. He wants to sleep. He loves you guys to death, but he can't do it right now. So he came up and he has something in his hand. He scoops you up. Now that you're back to your laptop, knowing that you kind of got past that defense, he is done and sick of it. So what he's gonna do? He has basically a lot of those kind of ties you see from bread, like the bread ties. He said, let's say he found 3 of those because he kind of like just had some stuff. He has a messy house, so let's say from old bread stuff, he has a few of those. He starts tying them from the middle, the bottom, and then from the top, and he just really like bolts those on as strong as he can. And then he starts putting you guys more so to the edge on the left side, further away from the laptop and further away from the phone and everything like that.
Bro.
And he's gonna also put a pretty good sized book, like one of those book holders. He's gonna put one book holder on the side of it. He's gonna put a few books right there. He's gonna put another one to kind of hold the books up, to kind of block you in. And he's like, "Okay, I need to get some sleep, guys. I'll take all this off, and I just need to get some sleep." Basically, he goes right back to bed and he kind of knocks out almost immediately. He's very tired. He has to wake up here soon. You know he's about to wake up probably in a few hours here.
Well, in that case, I'll just go to bed.
Sir Wiggles
Okay.
is like defeated. He's like, I've messed up. And he just holds on to his sword and just kind of sits in like a little corner.
Okay. He also forgot to close the door. So what you see is a cat roll in.
The mighty beast.
And he looks over. He kind of like puts his hand on the edge of the bed, kind of claw at the cat to kind of like on the fabric itself to kind of get the cat's attention. The cat jumps up and sleeps right there next to the pillow, where he lies. And if you guys are gonna kind of knock out, that's basically gonna be that night.
I would like to tap the glass, getting the cat's attention.
The cat ignores you. Like
I'll flip it
the
off.
cat hate the cat. The cat doesn't necessarily hate you guys. It's just more so the cat does cat things. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
cats feel like they're high and mighty. This cat feels definitely like it's high and mighty. You are
I'm shake my
nothing
ass at
like
it.
it's fine.
Sir Wiggles
I'm about
pokes
to
at
I'm
jiggle
gonna,
right now, bitch.
you know, I'm gonna what's it called? Do you want to kind of like keep tapping and wiggling to get his attention? If so, I can have you roll a performance check for me. Just know the
Nah, I'll
cat
just
is
go
on the
to
pillow
bed.
of. I was gonna say because the cat is on the pillow, so
He'll
pissing off the
just kill
cat will
me.
piss off him. Okay. For reference purposes, you heard him. So you guys know the name of the dog, correct?
Is the cat's name
Then
Ben?
Huh?
Is the cat's name Ben?
You know what? Yes, let's name the cat Ben, and the dog is Dover.
Haha,
So-
bend over.
Bend over.
Yes, yeah, I got you. I got what you're putting down. Don't worry. Yep. So you see Ben. Go to sleep. You guys all go to sleep. Still dark out. You kind of hear him rustling. You know this is time he kind of gets up to go. He makes sure no animals stay in that room. He does close that door when he does leave for work. The keys are gone, the wallet's gone, um, and everything else is pretty much gone on top of the table. He does have it blocked off and also tied up to make it harder to get out. But now that he's gone, still kind of a little dark out. You do see a little bit of the sun poking out, but not enough. It's kind of like that breaking of the dawn. No, breaking up. Is it dusk? Yeah, because dusk go to dawn. Yeah, it's dusk. You see basically
You
a
talking
little
about
bit of light kind of
sunrise?
illuminate the room. What do you guys? Do you guys want to still sleep? Do you guys want to kind of wait for him to get home? Do you guys want to do anything at all? You guys can wait for him if you guys do want to.
Did he put? We're still in the cups.
What was that?
We're still in the cups.
You're just basically in the cage itself.
Oh, we're just back in the cage.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna get out and smoke some of his weed and then go to bed.
Okay. Just remember, he did tie it with bread. The bread ties they have metal wiring from the bottom, middle, and top.
Oh, that's cool.
Um,
I watch him do stuff all the time, so I would like to do a tinkerer check to just undo it.
okay. I'm gonna roll.
Int.
Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Roll 3 d20s for me,
Why?
and then tell me each of those.
Can I help him get to the top link?
Yes. You can assist. You'll see why I'm rolling 3 d20s.
Okay.
Just think of each of the ties being d20s basically.
24,
There's no proficiencies
18,
and anything like that.
20.
I'm gonna mute myself for a minute. For a few minutes. I'll be back. Vesper's just gonna be chilling out, laying down, sleeping.
Got you.
Okay,
I'm trying to
your
do
watch is
a.
over. There's nothing to protect anymore, so you're sleeping.
Yeah. I'm just trying to do tinkering stuff. You know, mess with it. So 20, 18, and 22.
Okay, so the bottom one is gonna be the highest number. I'm gonna say you get that fairly well since that's kind of right in your level. So that was the easiest one. The second highest one, you're gonna jump right on top of Sir Wiggles. Wiggles kind of assisting you a little bit, so that's
Sure.
gonna be a lot easier. For the 18, you now have a good feeling. You now are pretty efficient at doing this. You're pretty handy now with it. Now it's
Started
more so
efficient.
getting to the top part. So I'm gonna have you kind of just you're climbing up there. Roll me a dexterity check. If you can make it up there, you'll pretty much easily just untie it.
Oh, my companion.
On nat 20.
Okay, you get up there fairly easy. No sweat to you. And you kind of make your way up to the cage and start untying it. Yeah, you
Sweet.
basically now it's undone. You have the matter of the bookcase. If you guys want to work together, kind of prying it open to kind of get the bookcase to kind of move over a little bit, like the little mini kind of book holders that he put there to kind of hold it closed.
I'm a hamster.
You guys can work together.
I'm super small. I'm mostly just fat. I would like to do an acrobatics check and just squeeze on through.
I'm gonna have you, if you're not gonna push anything out of it, I'm gonna have you roll with disadvantage. If you're gonna use kind of acrobatics to squeeze through,
Okay.
as it is a very very tight space.
Highest 18, lowest 16.
Okay, perfect. So for the lowest, I'm gonna say you get halfway through, and since Sir Wiggles is still there, you're gonna kind of like you feel confident. You were just like, you're getting the fuck out of here. You know there's weed right there. You haven't smoked all fucking night. It's so not chill.
I'm not
You,
down for this
with
shit.
all your might, slide right through, and you get caught halfway. But Sir Wiggles, being determined that you do get what you want, and Sir Wiggles loves to help, with all Sir Wiggles' might, he runs as fast as he can and basically pushes your butt, and you fly forward against the wall.
Yay. Now I'm gonna go
Yep,
smoke the weed.
Okay, as you know, he does take a drag before work, not too much. So there is lingering smoke, kind of like
I'm
inside the
gonna
pipe itself.
I'll just say I'm gonna just stick my head in the bong and just and just basically fall off it onto a pillow and nap.
Okay. So basically on the laptop itself,
Sure.
because you're still at that table. Yeah, you basically fall right in the laptop. Your chill spot still has the hum, still a little warm. It's perfect for you. After smoking, you just vibe with that, and then you lay there.
And I go back to
Um,
muting myself.
and then I'm guessing you're just gonna kind of stay there until, like, kind of being alerted by something again.
Yeah, unless either something wants to kill me, alert me, talk to me, magic comes into my body, or he returns. I'm just vibing.
Okay, perfect. Let's go to Vesper. Vesper's kind of. Oh yeah, Vesper's gone. So Vesper right
I'm
now
back.
is. I was gonna say I was gonna have you just in the corner of the cage on the opposite side, just like looking out at the door, just ever vigilant, making sure nothing comes through, nothing unwanted.
Okay, that's fine.
Um, and then what about Sir Wiggles? What do you want to do for? And this is basically planned out for the rest of the day. Obviously, Jiggles is kind of staying on the laptop until he gets back, kind of thing, until something happens. This is more so relaxed hour. You guys get more so hyped when he gets in because you guys are very excited knowing things are gonna happen. Um, what do you guys want to do in the meantime? You guys can kind of RPA it out for a little bit or kind of play it out if you want. If you guys don't want to do anything, you guys wanted to say you're on a wheel, you're just kind of moving around, there's leftover food, you can do that too as well until he gets back.
I get bored eventually, so I'm gonna go fuck around and walk amongst his action figures. So Wiggles,
Oh,
you're the least annoying of the two. Would you like to join me?
Let us go forth, and we shall look at the spoils of wars and
God,
our fallen
least
comrades.
annoying does not mean not annoying.
Very well.
And we
And
just
then Sir
continue
Wiggles is
walking.
trying to like squeeze through stuff because I think he's
Oh,
still on the other side of the bookcase.
right here. Let me just
yes.
help you. Like, nudge. I'm just gonna pull them out.
You just want to knock him over?
Yeah, get them out.
It's gonna be a lot easier for you to knock it over than to pull it out. So if you guys want to just there's no one there, so you guys want to do that, you can. It will
Okay,
leave a mess.
sure.
If you guys don't care, then that will happen.
Is that a strength
No,
check?
let's knock it over.
No, I. If you want to move it and kind of leave it intact and not have him like aware of it, strength check. If you guys want to just not care, I'm just gonna kind of allow it. Just you guys just
19
knocking shit
strength
over.
check.
Okay, you move it away from the cage itself, and just enough room basically for the little more bulky Sir Wiggles to kind of get through. I would say you probably help Sir Wiggles by kind of prying the cage open a little bit.
Uh,
So yeah, you both are out. What about you, Vesper? You obviously you're going to see them.
shit,
You
let's
want to join
close the
them?
door on him.
Sir Wiggles is like, come forth.
Fuck,
Reaching his like little.
we gotta go,
It's
Sir
like
Wiggles. I don't like. He talks so much.
chilly. It's like,
Okay, so
go ahead.
since Vesper didn't, I don't know if Vesper is there again or not. But I'm gonna give you guys a layout again to kind of give you an idea. There is a way down since now that he's not sleeping, he's not there, anything like that. The table reaches out close to the bed, but not really there. You guys can see different kind of options. If you guys want to get to the edge of the table, I'll have you guys roll perception for me.
You want all
Alright.
of us to
There's
roll
no
perception?
there's no easy way down. If you want to join them, yeah, but if you're just kind of just still in the cage, just chilling, you
No,
don't
why
have to.
not?
Fuck!
I'm done
Okay,
chilling.
so
Might as well just adventure. I'm not gonna
So
say anything,
okay,
just look
perception.
perfect.
around.
So you guys are on basically, if you guys are facing towards the cases, you guys are on the left corner of the pretty long table there.
So,
Yeah, you guys are looking over to kind of see how to get down. Since the table you can't climb down, it's you're gonna get hurt. You obviously know that pretty high up.
I
But
look
yeah,
out
roll
and
perception
my
for me.
vision is blurry as I require glasses to see. And I'm
Do we
also
use the
really,
modifier?
really
Oh,
high
by the
right
way, you
now.
roll with disadvantage. By the way, hamsters
Cool.
have very terrible vision. Thank you for reminding me, Isaac.
Oh, I was not really high. I have a -3 in my wisdom because of my hamster,
Jeez.
Great.
and I need glasses. So,
So I'm guessing you don't see shit. You're just kind of
14.
like, okay. Um, you think you see something, but you're not too sure. You're gonna kind of want to like you're gonna feel
14's not
confident, like,
terrible. Can I tell where the action figures are?
oh yeah, you know for sure. You know the layout of the room, like the layout of the room when it comes to like the action figures. You guys know where that is because he always takes you guys to it.
Oh,
Like you guys are
dope.
familiar with that kind of thing.
In that case, I'll just start heading over there. I don't like Vesper, so if he stays behind, that's cool with me.
By the way, I rolled a
Okay.
3 + 5, 8, so 3 without the mod.
And then what about you, Sam? Because it's not gonna be hard to get. It's not gonna be easy to get off this table, but there is ways if you guys can like. I'm gonna use perception as basically your sense of knowing what where to go. So if you roll high enough, I'll give you basically the route
I got a 7.
because it's on the other side of the table, on the other side of the room. So it's gonna take some time to get to it. But what do you say?
I got a 7 for a perception check.
Jesus. Okay, so I'm gonna go off of the third. You said you rolled 13, right, Isaac?
14. Oh,
I think he's muted.
Or did
sorry, 14.
you rolled 14? Okay, so I'm gonna go off Isaac's. Since Isaac is more determined to get over there, I'm gonna say since you know the bed pretty well, it's at jump distance. You do have claws. So what you guys see is I'm guessing you're gonna jump to the bed now, knowing that's the best option.
I'm already doing it, baby. I'm already over
Okay,
there
so
and trying not to
he's
fall
gone.
asleep on a linen.
Sir Wig is
So
gonna.
so you guys are gonna like look around, try to figure it out. You guys have no clue where to go. It's a little blurry, as you guys are very nearsighted. But you see this high hamster jump over to the side, and dips on you guys. He jumps onto the bed, because it's cloth. I'm gonna say you're gonna do it because if you're gonna roll with advantage, it's gonna be too really easy for you to kind of grab onto it.
I also have +5
Um,
strength, so you know.
yeah. So I'll say you'd be good, jumping onto it. You guys do see him jump to it. Do you guys want to follow him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sir Wig
Okay.
is running at his full speed. It's like, I'm coming, my companion.
Then I'll start just walking my way over to the next
Okay, the
obstacle.
bed basically drapes the bed sheets and the bed blanket drapes down to the floor a little bit since he does not have it on a like a bed what's it called, like a bed support or anything. It's literally on the
Hell
floor,
yeah.
so you guys can easily climb down.
I'm just gonna
It's really
slide
super easy.
down.
Yep. So yeah, it's silk basically. So yeah, you're sliding down fairly fast and safely. Yeah. You do see in front of you. It is about like in let's say in our kind of thing, it is about like let's say 30 feet, but in hamster feet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll say
But
this.
in reality,
When I land on the bottom, I just fall asleep because of how it feels to like land in silk. And I'll
oh
probably
yeah. So
wake up
you
when they fall, like when they fucking like land on top of me.
okay? I would replay. I'm just basically gonna role play it as you slide down in slow motion. You're high. You feel the
Oh
silk
yeah.
on your back. You feel the breeze in your face again that you love, and you just drift. In your mind, you're just on clouds, and you slide down into a perfect little bundle because it's on the floor. You just kind of not smash into it, but it cradles you perfectly into like a little nest for you, and you
Fuck
knock
yeah.
out almost immediately.
Bruh.
And then what do you guys do seeing him jump down?
I try to mimic what he did, but less gracefully. So he's like sliding off. It's like scrambling, and like you hear like the scratching noises, and then it's just like rolling around and just rolling and tumbling.
Okay, perfect. Are you gonna tumble Vesper right after, or are you gonna kind of wait?
And he's gone. Where'd
Huh?
you go?
My bad, I dozed off.
How
Ugh,
dare.
let me get up. I was laying down, all of a sudden it goes up. What's happening now? I'm sorry.
So basically you see Jiggles kind of slide down the bed and kind of just slide down and fall asleep at the edge. Okay, so Wiggles wants to get to the case. So Jiggles slides down the side of the bed and kind of nestles to the side and falls asleep at the bottom of the bed because it's so comfortable to him and he's high. Right after you see a very sloppy, tumbling hamster called Wiggles, kind of sliding right after him, and then kind of you're up next if you kind of want to go.
All right,
If you
I'll
want to go
follow
with,
along.
okay, so basically these two hamsters are tumbling down, and they're gonna run right into you, and you're just gonna be like in a little dog pile of a mess.
And then we're on the floor, right?
Would I roll anything to try not to land on them?
No,
No.
it's
All right.
soak. You guys are sliding down and everything like that. I mean, if you guys want to use your claws to kind of like try to slow yourself down, I'll just allow that then.
Yeah, I'll do that then. Slow myself down so I don't crash into both of them.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, you guys get down, you're crashing around him, you wake him up. He's obviously pissed, and then you guys are gonna kind of figure it out and yourselves and shit, and then you guys are gonna kind of make your way to the display cases.
You sons of
Yeah.
bitches, why'd you land on my head?
We are free. We must roam. We
Oh
must
my
protect the
god.
world.
Vespa, sorry.
Why are
Vespa
you
didn't mean to land on you. He just followed you down.
why are you both like this? This is why I smoke. And I'm just gonna start
I do
walking
nothing to you.
to the display case,
You
ignoring
cannot
my
blame
weird
your problems.
brothers. And I would like to go find my favorite, which is an engineer's kit. I love playing with the little engineer's doll.
Yeah. So okay, so in the code, so there's two display cases. One is the rounded one that I told you before, and then the military one is
Yeah.
gonna be like more so to the right of that, and that's gonna be the military one. That one I will say it's fairly easy to get to that one. He does have it in layers. The lower layer one is really easy for you to access, and that does have that stuff for you
Perfect,
because that's basically where
bruh.
the cars are and stuff and everything.
I get in and just start tinkering. And that's literally how I'll spend the rest of my day. Probably fall asleep in a car.
Okay. Perfect. What else do you guys? What do the other guys do? How do you see him kind of like he got to his goal? He's content with it, and he's done.
I'll just
There,
examine what's around and then just sit there and just wait until I start dozing off, and then yeah,
Okay.
Vespa
Yeah,
does
you're
what
admiring
Vespa
the
does best.
cases. Yep, you're admiring cases. You're looking at the more so the medieval stuff and the mythical stuff that kind of is more so your kind of thing. And you're just staring at it with your cozy um little sweater thing that he got you, the little hamster sweater, and you're just
Yeah,
kind
my
of just
little hoodie.
relaxing, daydream a little bit, and then Wiggles.
there were anime figurines in the room, right? Uh,
Yes, there's animes are in the lower levels.
uh, so not in the room or just on the lower
It's in
display.
the room. Yeah, it's in the room. I meant the lower level of the case on the left side of because there's two cases. It's the rounded off case. It's on the left side of the room. Because Isaac Jiggles right now is on the right side one, and you both are basically on the left side one, which has the more mythical stuff, medieval things, and the anime stuff. That basically has like 5 tiers to it.
Okay. Sir Wiggles makes his way towards the anime figurines, and can he look closer at the figurines to see if he could detach anything?
Um, so it is in a glass cage, a glass kind of case. You do see it's fairly easy to kind of like detach things off of it if you wanted to kind of like take things and like wear it or like try it on or like mess with it. But it is kind of yeah, it is kind of closed. So if you want to kind of like unlock it, you can. Um, but
Uh,
it's a little higher up. So if you guys want to work together to kind of do that, you can.
I'd say I think Vesper's dozing off right now, and Jiggles
I
is
mean, you could
tinkering.
try and convince him.
Yeah, I want to try and convince Vesper to help me unlock the door, if that's okay.
Okay. I'm gonna have you guys all roll perception, and I'll say Jiggles with disadvantage as he's sleeping.
Alright, so just
Dude,
straight
I don't
perception.
even want to roll. I just want to sleep.
Okay.
Okay.
So you basically you just okay. You don't care what you hear, but you are okay. So you hear something's. What do you guys roll?
I got one.
11 plus 5.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm at that point of like the high where you just want to sleep, and so Daddy Jiggles is gonna have himself a time in that car and just pass the fuck out. Maybe foot accidentally on the gas.
Yeah. What do you guys? Since he's kind of just he's at his bubble. He's happy in his bubble. Don't care what's happening outside of the bubble.
11 plus 5.
Okay. What about you,
I got
Wiggles?
a one.
Okay, you
For
don't hear shit. You were mesmerized at the anime figures. Like I want to get in there. I want to get in there. I want to get in there with all my might. I need to get in there. What Vesper hears is the door downstairs opening and slamming shut really loudly. Even with a low, you kind of do feel a little bit of it. He just is more aware of it early on. You hear basically swearing, you hear cussing, and you hear someone coming up the stairs. What do you guys want to do?
Oh, hi.
You guys want to stay in the same
I
spot? You
hear
can.
voices.
It sounds very
I'd like.
familiar.
Go ahead.
The voice sounds familiar. It sounds like Val, but he should not be home right now, so he's pissed, and he's making his way up the stairs for basically your perception check. You just hear a sound and someone swearing.
Vesper believes that Master is very mad. I believe we shall return, or else we shall feel his wrath.
Okay,
Sir
so
Wiggles. Go ahead.
you guys want to act quickly, or just kind of like you guys want to try to scramble back to the cage?
I'm down for scrambling back to the cage. That's Sir Wiggles in a nutshell. It's like, Master's home. I must hurry. I've already
Okay,
made my mistake.
because of the distance, I will
I'm
say he
guessing they
busts into the
left
room,
me.
and you hear him just. Yeah, everybody just left.
Cool, I'm just sleeping.
So right now, you guys scramble to say enough to the side of the bed, by the pillow, and you hear him slam open the door. Are you fucking kidding me? There's no fucking way. I. How the fuck did they smell it on me? I'm fucking fired. You're gonna fucking fire me? Everything I did this fucking job? Fuck, man. And then you're gonna see him look directly down at the pillow. He sees you guys. He looks in the cage. He sees nothing in there. He's he's furious, but he's not furious at you guys. He's just mad. He goes up to you guys, just takes a deep breath, exhales out, doesn't want to let it out on you guys or see that side. He picks you guys up, gently puts you back in the cage. He sees everything was tampered with, and now he's realizing there's one more missing. Jiggles, Jiggles. He starts crawling around, and then he finds Jiggles in his second favorite spot that he goes to when he can make it.
Don't touch
Basically
me.
right there. Yep. So he's gonna pick you up and put you back in the cage, to where you like to lay, and he is going to just put everything. He's gonna basically lock everything back up, put the books right back to where it's supposed to be. He's too mad at everything's happening to really care about what you guys did. He just really furious,
I'm gonna go
and
paw at the outer edge. Kind of look at him, like wave.
he looks at you and he's like, I, not today.
Come here.
He basically puts he has kind of this cloth cover that he puts over the cage because he doesn't seem like he wants to play or do anything. He covers you guys up.
Well, shit, it's nighttime. I'm asleep, like half over the
Yes.
edge.
Okay. So yeah, so he's pissed. He had a really bad day at work. He's basically fired. You guys probably don't know what fired means. You just know he's back earlier than usual, and everything like that. And it's dark in the cage, so I'm gonna say you guys fall asleep. You guys had your adventures. You guys are kind of tired out after doing all the jumping and stuff like that. And with him kind of being angry, you guys are just wanted to kind of give his space a little bit. Um, so what happens next? You start feeling shaking. This shaking awakes you guys. Like
He's using the
it's not
vibrator.
violently. Yeah, it's not violently, but it's rumbling, not it's more so rumbling, as something is roaring through outside of the house, and you guys start hearing something coming through the door. With all the rumbling, you hear the door squeak open. That's all you hear. The next thing you hear, no! That's it. Pauses.
Sir
You hear
Wiggles.
something. You
Go
hear
ahead.
now something dragging across the floor. Getting dragged out of the room. The door still open because you did not hear anything close. What do you guys want to do now? If you guys, this is not a really this is not like a cloth that wraps around something very heavy. If you guys want to kind of like bunch it up and like take your cloth, there is ways to kind of get it off. It's not too hard. It's very loose on it. He just wanted you guys to fall asleep. So
Can I?
he doesn't
Can I
like
chew through it?
Oh no, you don't. The moment you start like pulling on it, it starts bunching down more and more. He does not want to kind of make you guys feel trapped. He just more so wanted you guys to fall asleep. It's very loose on it. So if the moment you guys touch it with your claws, it does scramble down and then fall out of the off the cage. The
Oh, that's
scene you
Okay.
see next, the room is lighting up a little bit from what's happening outside. You first, the first instinct is going to look at the bed. You want to see what happened to him, and what you see on the bed is this bright green stain that's gooping on the side of it and on the top. You see it just looks like it's fresh, it's really bright, and it's kind of mixed in with blood on it too as well. It's red, mixed with green, but it's mostly green on it. You hear the banging on the window, the wind smacking against it, howling, just barreling through outside. You turn around to look, and that beautiful scene you seen a day before of it being really nice, the trees, the fence yard, it is now in shambles. You see the doghouse is now through the shed itself. You see the cobblestone and everything like that has been uprooted. You see the ground is kind of like shaking, and you also see the clouds are rolling in purple. You see lightning flashes. You hear rumbling, and the storm is brewing heavily. Um, you do see the blood trailing outside of the door, but what do you guys want to do from there?
Sir Wiggles is like, he wants to get out of the cage, so it's like, Master? So he's like pulling the little toothpick along to try and like get to the door of the cage.
Yeah, and by the way, he did everything's still the same. He didn't zip tie it back again. He didn't do all that. He didn't have time to do anything. So the space you guys are familiar of getting out is still open. Like it's still open to you guys and your knowledge because there's nothing really tying you guys back from it. So if you guys want to just get out, you can do that one way you usually go to.
Oh yeah, I want
All right.
to.
Well, I'm still
If
asleep,
anything,
by
I'll
the way.
go.
So someone's gonna have to wake me
Yeah,
up.
I'll go wake him up. Hey,
Mm.
Vasper. Hey,
Blah, blah.
Vasper believes that the master was taken.
No.
If you don't help
Give me
us,
1
you
second,
won't
guys.
get the special
Can't hear
smoky
you
stuff
guys.
you like.
Oh no, don't wake me up, Matt. Wait, did you say Master's missing?
Master's missing. If you don't help us, you're not going to get any more food or smoky stuff you like.
I like the smoky stuff. Hey, Where we going?
I
Outside.
don't know.
Cool. I start just heading outside that cage and along the desk,
Yep.
and then we'll
Just
wait for
follow
Val to
in
come back.
and
Okay, since it is fresh for you guys, you can jump, to the bed and everything like that. It's just recent, so it's 1, 2, 3. You guys go to the bed. And you guys want to check out the stain and everything?
I'd like to check out the stain.
Yeah.
Okay. So Wiggles is gonna be the first one to check it out. And do you want to touch it at all?
Yes, I'd like to touch it, please.
Okay, perfect. The moment you touch it, you start feeling something different inside you. Something that, yes, no. You start feeling stronger. You start feeling how you always felt inside, but never could actually really show it or feel it physically. You feel a little more bulkier, and you start feeling a little more knowledgeable. Your vision gets a little better too as well, and you become just a different person overall. You just feel it, and you just stand up a little bit more, and you look at your brothers. What do you want to say now? Do you feel like powerful?
By Master's might, this strange liquid on here has bestowed upon me a strange power. I recommend that you touch it all the same.
Yeah, I could use some drugs. I'll hop on.
Yeah, why not? Vesper will do such things.
I'll like
Yes.
rub
So,
it and like snort it.
okay, so I will say since Vesper and Sir Wiggles are a little more cautious, they get enough to feel so bulky and strong. But being the drug addict Jiggles is for weed and green things, he takes it a little bit more, which gives him a certain property that enriches. He doesn't necessarily get strong in strength wise, but he feels strong in so many other different ways too. And he starts feeling different, just like you guys. What was that? Yeah. Yeah, so you are just I can see your character sheet. Do you have you have spells, right? You're
Me? Yeah, I'm a artificer. Shall I explain the get up that I transform into?
you don't necessarily get to get up, but you can just kind of explain what you feel. But because of the case, after you guys kind of actually no, I'll play it through, and then you guys I would have you guys dress up to how you guys feel when you guys get the
Cool.
display cases. Okay,
Go ahead.
so you guys kind of did have picked out what you guys want. You guys feel different. Sir Wiggles, uh, Jiggles, and Vesper. You guys feel this the spiritual magical like enhancement happening to you guys, and now that you have this newfound power, the moment you feel it, you know what needs to be done. You need to be armed up and ready. Your master has been taken. You guys are left without him. You guys are left without any sort of goodbye you guys are used to. It is very bittersweet, and you guys want to get stronger. So you guys see the display case. Where do you guys? I'm gonna say the display case have been smashed. Since there was a lot of crashing and stuff like that, display cases are open. Um, so for you guys at the corner one, but for him, Jiggles can easily access his stuff. Where do you guys go to? And if you guys want to go down the line, I'll start with Jiggles. You guys are gonna have your suited up scene. What do you got? What do you want to kind of like show off?
Yeah, what's up, bros? My name is Jiggle. I'm an artificer engineer. I like to make shit go boom, and at the same time, I really like drugs. So I'm an alchemist, and I make wonderful potions that help to improve either me or my allies. Besides that, I finally got my glasses I need, so I can see slightly better. Other than that, I have various different straps and metal scrap strapped beside me as like armor and pouches about me that has all my components. I have my familiar as I go up to an old wind up, like one of those like twisty birds, and like you twist it and the bird like flaps. Like, "Gawk, gawk, gawk, gawk." I do a little bit of tinkering and cast a little bit of my magic on it, and that becomes my homunculus. I'm gonna name him Peter.
Yeah, so when you cast on it, the bird's gonna be a little bit your size, but when you cast on it, it kind of shrinks down to basically familiar size, where it's just right next to you, and it can basically be of size to kind of accommodate what you want out of it. So you
Right.
see that kind of happening. You see him transforming into this cool badass. You see this bird. He has like just focused magic on it, and it just happens. You see this little mechanical plastic bird now kind of being his little familiar friend, doing basically what he wants with it. And then going down the
Wonderful.
line, let's go to Wiggles. Wiggles, what do you kind of like dressed up as? Describe what's happening with you, with your newfound strength and powers.
With my newfound strength and powers, I, Sir Wiggles, am a fighter. I am dressed in the mightiest of armors and armed to the teeth with uh, hand axes and one mighty great sword and a shield. On my back, I have a simple backpack that contains all my explorer kit stuff, and I am blanking right now.
No worries. And then so I will say you automatically have for Isaac. There's a joint on the back, also on the floor for you. So if you want to turn that to your to what you talked to me about, you have that now. So for Wiggles, I will say you have like a little vial that you be scooping the goo into, and that's going to basically be your item for that potion. Um, and then what about you, Vesper?
Vespa is a fighter, not just any fighter. He is a samurai. He is carrying a longbow with a quiver of arrows. He also has 2 hand axes, a dungeoneer's pack, and you see him wearing this nice serpent scale armor, as well as a longsword, which will be flavored as a katana, but that's besides the point.
Yep.
And a shield on his back.
Okay, perfect. And then for you found basically like one of his prized possession, like armored up figures that he had up there, and that fell down, and you put on that armor, and that armor is everything you described, plus basically everything you wanted out of it. It's everything your imagination could want. And yeah, you guys are basically all suited up and booted. You got your joints in like kind of like very commander style with like, it's an aside old war style movie, as a the sergeants. You're ready to go for war. You see right next to you, you see Wiggles walk up next to you, proud in armor. And then you see Vesper too as well, just looking out. You see the door open. No, you see the door is already open, and you now have a mission. What do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to head out?
They always seem so excited and like they want to take charge. I'll let them make decisions and just help when I'm needed.
Okay, perfect. So I'm
Before we head
I'm gonna
out,
give
could
it.
I look around and see if I can find any items that we can possibly take, like potions and whatnot?
Absolutely, you can.
Alright.
What do you guys want to check?
I'm gonna check
Most-
like the engineering area for any like cool items or stuff to help, like chain, etc.
Can I, what is it? Can I look for the Humvee remote control?
No. I mean, you can. You do see the Humvee is not remote controlled. It's basically he does it with his hands. Remember, where he kind of rooms around with his voice.
Oh, okay.
So the vehicle does light up and it does have this fancy stuff, but the vehicle is not a functioning vehicle.
Oh, darn. I guess I'll just
Either-
look around. the medieval
Vesper
section.
has an idea
Yes,
for
Vesper.
Okay,
you, Sir Wiggles.
Yes,
I'm
Vesper.
gonna go down from Vesper going first. Vesper, where you said you're gonna go and check?
Well, before I go check, I'm gonna let Sir Wiggles know. Vesper has an idea. Why not take the liquid and put it on the Humvee? Maybe that'll put it to life like it did for us and give us the power it needs to function on its own. I'll leave
Brilliant.
that for them to contemplate on and then look around to see if there's a container of sorts about hamster size to see if I can find some potions and whatnot in there. Probably where all the figurines are at.
Okay, yeah. So you dig through the figurines, and I'm gonna have you roll just a straight d20 to kind of see what you find. This is gonna be more random. It's not a bad or good number. It doesn't matter what you roll. Just more so what you find.
Let me get my d20 real quick. Where's my die? I rolled a 19. Fuck yeah.
Okay, 19. You're gonna find in the rubble. Let's see what I had for 19. So yeah, in the toy rubble, you're gonna find a slingshot, a little mini slingshot.
Okay, let me write that down. Does it come with ammunition?
It doesn't. But if you want to kind of pick up something that's small enough, you can either make perception checks or find things while you go on. As of right now, nothing's basically good enough to be put on there, but it does look like it can fit like something small if you can find something that kind of fits it. I will, if you want to make perception checks a while to kind of find things throughout the house before when you leave, you can do that. Just right now, it's just an empty slingshot.
Okay, and that's all I find is an empty slingshot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next, I'm gonna go to Jiggles. Jiggles, you said you wanted to check what again?
I would like to go and check the engineering area, see if I can find any cool tools or parts to build anything to help us.
Okay, perfect. So you're looking at the tools over there. What you find is you said I know you're looking for chain, right? Like something to kind of like
I
things
was
like that.
just
Survival
you can
stuff.
ignore the chain. I'm just looking for parts.
Oh, I was thinking. So you're looking for just like okay. So you're looking for So you do find kind of you do find a thicker string.
Or I
That has a
suppose
good.
any cool like advanced items or anything cool, but like I'm trying to like get items that can like concoct some cool artificer shit.
Yeah, you would pick the one thing that I've never played or know about. Can you send me the sheet again? I don't know why I don't see your.
Yeah. How about this? Instead of cool artificer shit, while I send you the sheet, can I look and see if I can do an intelligence or tinkering check to do to like try to make the Humvee like controllable? Like add an engine to it, etc. Use that goop and the magic.
Um, I mean, you can certainly try, but do you want to do? I would have to do this. Do you want to roll Arcana? Like touch the goo and roll Arcana for me.
Hell yeah, bro. That's +8, my dude. That is most certainly my shit. That is a 27.
Okay, so you immediately know if it's not gonna work on anything that is not alive or is live. You know, if it's not living, it's just gonna. You know, obviously the bed would have like a magical property to it. If it touches anything like that, it has nothing more to add besides just being goop and powering up living things.
Gotcha. In that case, I must spend as much time as I need to finding parts and working on that Humvee, converting it to an actual car so we can go help Master. I'll be the background NPC. You two go explore.
Oh, I got you. Okay, so what you find? Okay, so now that you have that kind of out of the way, I'm gonna say you checked that like a while ago. You have now that idea. You'll probably let them know since you have a +9 to it. That's prior knowledge to you. So without wasting too much time, I'll say you do find kind of like a little catapult thing that your bird is able to kind of drag along if you want that.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a
Alright.
makeshift. If you want to kind of build it up, you can. You see a few different things around it. I want to say you tinker it for a bit to kind of find something. You let everyone know. Just give me a second. And you're tinkering around. You find the rope. You find a lot of different things that kind of make a catapult, and you create one. It is pullable. You kind of take wheels off another kind of smaller car to make it more so they can tug along with you.
Oh, that's dope. Hey, Peter. Peter, I need you to come. Like, gesture to the catapult. I need you to come pull this, and
Oh,
then while he's pulling that, I'll go work on the Humvee.
and then you see basically Peter kind of grab the little bit of string in its mouth, and then nods at you. And then you want to work on the Humvee?
Absolutely. I'm gonna be the end goal. If they don't find another way to do anything cool, I'm gonna have that Humvee ready eventually.
Okay. You don't. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the other guys. You guys else want to kind of? I think you guys are probably just waiting for him, huh? Because you guys are pretty much ready to go.
I mean, they
Because the
can go
door's open and
explore
everything, so it's pretty
other
much
areas.
kind of figured.
Can I look outside the door and just kind of like look in the hallway to see if I see
Hell yeah.
anything interesting?
You can. I will say now you have better vision because of the magical properties, so you're not kind of like stuck to that. But also remember, you do have strong sense of smell too. So if you want to utilize that, you can with your sight. If you want to roll me a perception check.
Yes, I would like to use my small. So let me. Ooh, 17.
Okay, perfect. What is 17? I will go first with sight. You see down the hall, something you're not too familiar with, but you see a door on the right side and a door on the left. The door on the right side is closed, but the door on the left is kind of creaked open a little bit. But the light is not on, so you can't really see what's in it from your view. Further ahead, you do see kind of like a light coming from downstairs. You do see kind of stairs being right there at the end of the hall. With your smell, with the 17, I will say you smell something musty. You also smell something sweet, and then you smell something sour, and that's all you're gonna get out of that. Um, and what about you, Vesper? Do you want to relay that Wiggles to everybody?
Yes.
All right, okay. I have you role play that out and kind of talk to them.
So Sir Wiggles just kind of like ambles back to them. It's like, brethren, I have smelled something. 3 scents that smell quite peculiar. There is a musty scent, a sweet scent, and a sour scent, but I cannot pick them out. And then, what I've seen in the hallway, there's a closed door. There is one door. This is to the left, right? Sorry, up here.
Yeah, the one on the right is closed, and the one on the left is open. But the
Right.
light is not on, so you can't really see. It's just a dark opening from your view.
So, but the one to the left, it is slightly open, but I cannot see further in, for it is too dark. And then I see stairs further down. And then I noticed a light, because there was a light at the bottom of the stairs, right?
Yes.
Yes. But that is what I've scouted out so far. And yeah.
Do you guys want to respond to that at all? Do you guys want to kind of talk amongst yourself about what Sir Wiggle saw, or are you gonna kind of still focus on your Humvee?
Well, Sir Wiggles, If you want to go explore with what's his face, I'll meet up with you in a bit when I get this Humvee going. Like slams
You
down a
want to do?
wrench on an engine. God damn it.
Do you want to do a perception check on this engine and like to know what you're working on?
Hell yeah.
Roll perception for me.
13.
Okay, this is easy enough. You're basically seeing a picture of an engine in there.
I need to go
It's
jack an engine from a different car, guys. So I'll be a while. I'm gonna go start looking for a car with a different engine so I can artistify magic them alive.
The only thing that has wheels that is movable is the thing that you're with that 13. I would give it to you since everything's on the floor. Everything else is basically pushed by hand. There's nothing remote on there. The one thing that can move is the one that your bird is pulling.
Well, I give up. I'm gonna go sit on the catapult and have Peter pull me.
Peter gives you a very angry whistle, but Peter
Don't fucking
basically,
sass me. I just made you.
and
Bitch,
then
I will turn you off.
and then basically starts pulling you.
Damn right. Slut. I mean, Jesus.
So yeah, do you guys want to head down the hallway now?
I feel as if we must investigate one of these smells. Which one tickles your fancy at the moment?
Vesper, I feel like you should take the lead on that.
The second one.
So it was the musty and then the sweet. And oh. Following the sweet smell, we must find. Then. I think it was the sweet smell.
Okay. Just for one more thing, because of Aya's character, before you guys go venture off, since you guys are kind of setting sail, aka just going down the hall. Isaac, I did see you have arrows that have like kind of the things tipped on it, kind of thing. I will say, with your Arcana check being so well, you were able to kind of manipulate some of the goo into a more deadly version of it to kind of tip those things. So you do have a vial to dip those things into to kind of use. So using that skill basically is just play it off as that.
Amazing.
Because acid arrow would be the same thing. Just keep it that in that mind. Anything else magical is basically just gonna be the powers from your own, own will. But you have learned how to turn that into a deadly, a deadly weapon of goo. So either way. Okay, either way. You guys want to go down the hallway now? Kind of gather yourself.
If I can do perception to see if I can spot anything else that we might be able to use as we're walking through the hallway, let me know when.
Okay. So you guys are going down the hallway. You do hit that kind of that crossway where you can either go straight to down the stairs where the light is. You see on the left side of you there's a dark room with the door open a little bit, and on the right side of you there's a locked door. I'm gonna have Vesper roll me a perception check.
The +5, it's 21.
Okay, you're gonna hear snapping in the room left of you in a rhythm. So you're gonna hear over and over and over. What do you want to do after hearing that?
Wait, everybody. Vesper hears snapping sound in this room. Shall we peek or shall we go ahead?
I would like to peek.
I would like to, yeah, I'll peek.
It is dark. Do you guys have any way? It's dark, but you do see when you first go in. on the right side of you, there is a glowing little switch. The same glow that you see that your master turns on and off to turn the lights off in the room. But it's very dark. You can't see very far in it, even with a little bit of ambiance light. But yeah, what do you guys want to do?
The catapult ready?
Probably
Can we?
investigate where the noise is coming from.
You hear it at the end of the area, but it's really dark and you can't really see what's happening. So you just hear the sound snapping in rhythm.
Is the catapult ready, or is it just like not ready yet?
It's
The
ready.
catapult's ready.
I'm gonna put myself in it.
Launch, good sir. Can we launch
Yeet me.
jiggles at the light, at the light switch?
Yes, you can.
Yeet me. I like to slam a hatchet into the rope and just fucking yeet myself.
Okay, you
Go
just jump to it, to the light.
Straight to it. I like to catch it and pull it down with me.
Okay, you catch it, you pull it down, the light turns on. I'm going to give you that only because I think it's really fun and cute. But I will say, now you're hanging from that switch, and you see the light turns on. First look, seeing everything, now that you see a high view, you hear scurrying going away. You don't hear the snapping now. But you last saw something go under the tub at the end. It's a clawfoot tub.
Sounds like
Seeing
a
as
spider,
how he's hanging on a
guys.
light switch, can I find anything to put it underneath him?
Wait,
I was
hold
gonna say,
on.
is there anything
No,
cushiony?
don't worry about it, guys. Real quick, how far down is it?
You're a hamster 30 feet in the air.
Alright, cool. Feather fall. I'll just float.
Oh no, I'll say 10 then, because the room was like 30 feet. So yeah, I would say 10 being where that switch is. So yeah, that's easy for you. You gently whew, 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 all the way down to the floor. So yeah, you now don't see anything
I would like to
besides.
flavor that as me like blowing out some smoke and having a little cloud to write on.
Oh, absolutely, you can do that. Yeah, you basically take a long drag, you fall down like pretty fast. You take a long drag, just careless face of yours, just blow out smoke, it goes right underneath your feet, and like just gently falls down like a cloud once you kind of land in that smoke cloud you created.
Amazing. Alright,
Um,
y'all want to check out that spider thing?
Yep. So on the right side you see a sink, on the left you see a toilet, and then further ahead you see a clawfoot tub that looks a little dark underneath it. But if you get closer, you feel like you might be able to see a little better.
Can I get closer?
Okay. So you want to get closer?
Yes. But can I raise my shield just in case? Just like as like little flavor. Just like
Yes.
Yeah, can
So
I
do you
prepare
want-
my shield as well?
Yeah. You want? So you're taking lead. You're getting closer with the shield. Next thing you hear, hey, what are you guys doing over there?
Who goes there?
Who goes there? We go there. Where are you guys going there? You know what I mean. What do you want?
We have lost our master. We demand answers.
Your master? Oh, that guy. Yeah, I see him here and there. We don't care. Fuck you.
Hey,
Now
bruh,
get the
who
fuck
are
out of
you?
here. Mind your business. Fuck off.
Yo, man, you don't gotta be so angry, dude. Do you want a hit? Like, offer him some of my joint?
This is my area. This is our area.
Can I roll?
Then you start hearing other voices too as well, saying, yeah.
Oh, that's just annoying.
You see one roach walks out.
Oh,
You do see in his hand kind of the same green liquid you guys had. And he comes out snapping.
Whoa, buddy. You
What
can
are you doing to our
chill.
neighbor anyway? This is our top of the hood.
The hood, bitch. We're the master's pets, and this is his house.
I really don't give a
Well,
fuck.
unless you want us to kill you,
Know your place.
stay out of our way.
Time to exterminate, unless you want to walk
Hey.
away.
Guys, get out of here. Do you see these fucking guys? Hey, Tick. Hey, Jick. Hey, Bick. John, come over here.
As he's talking, just all that, I'm just gonna
Can I
create a
attack him?
bonfire right underneath him.
Yeah,
one
and
underneath
just
him?
stab him
That's
for
it.
a surprise attack.
Yeah, that's a Dex 16 saving throw, please.
Okay.
I'd also like to stab too.
We all don't like this dickhead.
Yeah. They fail.
Amazing, amazing.
I'll say you got basically 3 under that. What is the space around it? How big is it?
Let me see. Only 5 feet.
Okay, so so this is the one then. Yeah, so he basically fails it for sure.
Amazing. He's gonna take 12 points of fire damage.
Ah!
That's me like lighting a match from my arm as I squirt a little bit of oil and kind of this little flamethrower him.
Ah! Brothers, fuck him up. You guys still have your surprise, so I'm gonna let you guys roll yours too as well. He's gonna say that after, but what do you guys want to do?
Kill him.
I'd like to attack with my greatsword. If that's possible. Oh, it's two-handed. Oh, dang.
Well, you can still do that with two-handed.
Yeah, you can still do it. If you want to run up, you're in the distance to run up to him because you got a little closer.
Real quick, just clarifying. Do you know what one to two-handed means?
One-handed is like. Go ahead.
In regards to D&D, I know that like in real life there's like 1 to 2 hands, but do you know how it actually affects it in D&D?
No, I do not.
So basically, if it's one-handed, you can wield it in one hand. They can tend to be lesser damage, but if it has a two-handed property, you cannot use a shield or a secondary weapon, and you can't really. If you're gonna interact with somebody, you have to put down your weapon, but they tend to deal more damage. So like halberds, great axes.
But isn't a greatsword a two-handed weapon?
Yes. So, but as long as she doesn't have it sheathed, if she has it sheathed, she can mess with whatever she wants. If she has it unsheathed, she can go fight just fine. It's like any other weapon.
Can I make a suggestion?
Go ahead.
Sure.
You could use your hand axe in the meantime until we find you a longsword.
Oh yeah.
That way you can use both.
Then can I like run
you
up?
don't have your longsword?
No, I chose greatsword, two-hand axe, and
Well, just go with the great sword. You deal 2d6 damage. It's literally does not affect you. It's like any other weapon. You just have both your hands. There is
Okay,
no
then
difference to any other fighting or weapon. Just use a great sword.
And as a barbarian, it's absolutely fantastic for you.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, as a fighter, either way, as a physical like damage dealer, it's amazing.
Yeah, just use a great sword. It doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my greatsword then. I'm gonna. So do I have to put away my shield first?
Yeah, you put away your shield,
Yes.
and then you can unsheath your great sword, and then you may do your thing.
All right. Then I put away my shield, unsheath my greatsword, and I would like to run up to the enemy, and then I can attack, right?
Yes. Do you want to run up to the one that he already hit?
Different one.
Okay. So there's the one right in front, and that's the one that's been damaged. He has one guy on the right side and one guy on the left side. The other two have not been not came out yet because you guys got the jump on them right away. So which one do you want to pick?
Let's choose the. Wait, can you repeat again? Sorry.
Yep, there's the one that's been damaged in the front. That's the one that was talking shit to you guys. The one that got hit by jiggles. And then on the right side of him, there's a cockroach, and on the left side of him, there's another cockroach. There is 2 others that have not shown themselves yet, but you did hear 5 voices in total.
Okay, I'm gonna go for the left one.
Okay, perfect. Roll to hit.
Let's see hit. 16 plus 8, 24.
That definitely hits. Roll your damage.
All right. 13. So 3 plus 5 is 5.
Perfect. So you swing down at him. He does not like that. You also see Mick and Rick. So Rick is the one you just hit. Mick was the one that was hit first. You see them both
holding themselves. What the fuck? Yeah, they're not looking too good. What about you? What do you want to do, Vesper?
Hang on. Before we go any further, Sam, did you go all 5 levels into Barbarian?
A fighter.
Yeah.
Oh, Fighter? Then you have a second attack as well. You get extra attack if you
Okay.
win all 5 levels into Fighter.
Bonus action or just?
Oh, this is just a surprise round. You just get one hit.
No,
I
so
know.
your action,
so-
you have 2 attacks.
Yeah, that's as an action, so that would be 2 attacks.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
so surprise round is to be 2 attacks right away.
So that's how it works. Your surprise round is you get an action, and as
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you can swing
5th
again, then.
level melee character, they get 2 as part of their normal attack.
So
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so one more time then.
roll again.
Yes.
6 + 2 + 5, 13.
That meets and beats.
Woo woo.
Nice.
Great. Then I guess I'll end. Then.
Yep. You can roll the hit. Roll damage. I mean.
I hit. I'll let them get away with it though. They can just take no damage.
Oh, I think I oh, sorry. My greatsword damage was 13. I rolled 13 and said, "Let me try hit again." Sorry.
Okay,
okay.
13 again. Nice. That's some good damage. Solid.
Solid. So
How do you?
Now you're just done. Now you're good with your turn.
How do you want to kill him?
slash his head off if I can.
With the might of your strength, you need to find your master. These guys are in your fucking way. You slice his neck clean off with this big blade swinging off with just the offhand of yours, in a cool fashion. You see his head rolls down, and you see his brothers looking down at him. What the fuck? Fuck you, guy! And then next up would be the surprise attack of Vesper.
Alright, so I get 2 attacks. So I'm guessing the one on the left is dead, right?
Yes, the left one is done. Rick! Fuck!
I'll attack the right one, so I rolled 15 in total.
That hits.
6 damage.
Ah! Yep, you hit him. Then you're gonna do another
Next
attack.
attack is also another 15. 9 + 6, 15. And that
Okay,
is
that's
9
good.
damage.
Perfect. He's still standing. He looks as worn as Mick. That's the first one that was hit. They look at each other and you're like, we're gonna fuck him up. And is that the end? Yep, that's your 2 attacks. And roll initiative.
Nat 20, 23.
19, baby.
Why do I get an initiative of nat 20? I could have used it for an attack roll.
Now that I look at all my stuff, I realize there's like 100 other things I could have done that was more useful. On top of adding +5 to that damage using my alchemist stuff, so I'm about to fuck up these roaches. They're dead.
And then what do you roll, Sam?
For initiative?
Yes.
Let's see.
A 2? Plus,
Average.
what's your initiative score?
It's 2. 3 + 2, so 5.
Oh, 5. There
Okay.
we go.
Vesper, you go first.
All right. I'm gonna attack the same one. 14.
Perfect. That hits.
8 damage.
Okay. He is looking right fucked up. Like he's barely standing itself.
All right. I rolled another 14, so now I did 6 damage.
You can kill him. You can just kill him.
I'll
wanna
just
do something
split
as
him in
well?
half.
Okay, you slice right down the middle on him. You see his body flies
Yep.
to the left, to the right. Dead. That is now 2 down. Next that goes up is Jiggles.
Oh my god, I always hated you, roaches. Master will be most pleased with your death.
We don't fucking know you. Fuck you, guy.
I'm gonna take out my mace in one hand, smile. And I'm gonna cast. How many are like left in a group?
From the voices you heard, you see Mick still fucked up from what you hit. 2 are down, and then you heard 2 other voices, basically behind them.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to weapon fighting to smack this dude up the head with a mace, so I can see past him.
Okay.
That's gonna be a 22 to hit.
That hits him.
Oh, I rolled minimum. Hold on. That's gonna be 7 damage.
You kill him. Do you want to kill him a certain way or just smash him?
Just smash his head in. I'm just trying to see the people behind him.
Oh yeah, you cave his body inwards, and right behind him you see 2 of the other brothers shaking up with their hands clenched up in a fist, getting ready to jump at you.
There's 2 of them. Are they like right next to each other?
Yes, they are.
Cool. I would like to cast Flaming Spear in between them. Is that cool?
How does that work? Is it
Actually,
kind of like
you're so how it works? Oh, never mind. Range
is it just like a
area.
linear thing that's going to kind of go between them, or just can it only
It's
hit one at a
a
time?
5-foot diameter spear appears in an unoccupied. Never mind. So instead,
Okay.
I'll do acid arrow, which will hit both of them.
Okay, perfect. Roll to hit.
I'm sling it back. That's a 26.
Hit. That hits.
That will be 23 damage, acid damage to both.
Yeah, they just start melting, they disintegrate.
Fucking roaches. Any other in there?
Done. You guys are out of initiative.
That was all 5? Damn.
Ooh, nice.
Good shit.
But then you guys hear something unlock.
Who is it?
It's behind you, outside of the door. You hear something unlock.
I'm gonna go walk out.
Following.
Yeah.
I'll follow behind.
You see. But remember you saw the door a little like locked behind, like closed behind you. You probably heard it come from there. You hear something unlock.
What?
What do you guys want to do from there? You can tell that it came from that door that unlocked.
Cool. Now I'll just walk up to the door.
Can I like? Is there any chance I can like smell anything from that direction?
You can. You'll most likely just smell the same thing.
Okay.
I'll just give you that. It'll just be the same smell.
And then I'll just.
But
Go ahead.
you hear the door open, like the knob turn and open up. It is a closet with the lights on. And what you see sitting there is Ben. Ben is looking at you guys, just chilling there, sitting up. Well, hello, guys.
Who's Ben?
Ben's the cat.
Oh. Fucking hi.
Hello there, Ben.
Oh shit, he's gonna eat
Hello.
me.
Hi, Jiggles. He obviously knows you like to taunt him.
Hey, I'm gonna start backing up. I'm gonna start puffing my ever smoking bottle to create some smoke and backing
gonna
my ass away.
You're gonna feel your body move closer, like without your will. Stop! I am not here to hurt you. I'm here to do the same thing for you guys. I want to help him too. I heard the commotion. I went in here, and I also found this goo too. Don't be afraid. I hate you, but we have a common goal. Just trust me. I want the best. I like to sleep next to him, and he's gone. I heard the commotion. I wanted to offer you guys something with my newfound powers. She lays out in front of you 3 sunflower seeds that are golden.
Ooh.
Take them, please.
Oh,
They will help you.
thanks.
I'll immediately grab them.
Sir Wiggles is
Okay.
a little bit hesitant, but agrees reluctantly.
You guys can take.
You see Vesper
them.
grabbed it with no consequence. If you guys want to roll an insight check, you can. You guys are not too trusty.
I don't like the cat. You guys can take it.
I don't trust the cat.
Fine, I'll take all of theirs then.
I got 18.
Okay. You see, he generally is telling the truth. He's telling the truth that he doesn't like jiggles, and he's also telling the truth that he generally wants to help and wants to figure this out too. But he's a scaredy cat, so he's doing the best of his ability to help you guys do what he wants to do, but he can't.
Go ahead, Vesper.
These sunflower
take
seeds
it.
have very strong magical properties to them. Each of them do something different. Just use them very wisely. It's all I can muster up in just a short amount of time. I just got these powers recently.
I'm already walking down the stairs or whatever. Just
Uh,
I don't like
He
the
is
cat.
still fucking rude. I got it. If I didn't need
Thank
you guys,
you,
I would
Wiggle.
fucking eat him.
Thank you, Ben.
Ugh,
That's
no
good.
worries, guys.
Appreciate
Just
this.
Thank
please
you
get
for
him back. And when you go, close my door. I don't want to. Don't want to go anywhere.
We are not strong enough to close the door, but we appreciate the gesture.
He realizes that, even though he knows you're stronger now and everything because you have muscles. He closes the door slowly. Here's lock again.
So now I have 3
Um,
sunflower seeds. Magical sunflower seeds.
Yes.
Sweet.
If you guys, I will say, if you guys want to try an Arcana check to see what they are, or you guys going to want to just kind of throw them as kind of random, you can. I will say, Jiggles will probably have a better idea than you guys.
I'll roll Arcana anyways,
but if
just to see
Jiggles-
what I get.
But if Jiggles don't care, then you guys are heading to the stairs.
Let
Thank
me roll Arcana, see what happens.
I can roll too.
12 plus 3, 15.
I just got regular 12.
If you can convince me, you can get my +8.
You know it contains, like, you feel something empowering from it. You can't tell what it is, but you feel like it's going to be very helpful, like, in clutch moments. Like, it's going to be very useful to have near you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. But you do know it's something you take, not really like throw or anything like that. You just know it's useful to you personally.
All right.
So,
Okay.
Umberto, I like to subtly do an Arcana check without them noticing. Just kind of like look at it, observe it.
Okay. You give a +9. I'm gonna give it to you. You're probably gonna roll high anyway.
Yeah, 21.
Unless you roll like fucking I figured. So you could tell this is going to give you temporary health, temporary kind of like a shielding for you, to basically be a little more hardy.
You too. Listen here. Look, I don't like the cat. I really, dudes. He constantly like pushes me around when we're in that ball and makes me so sick to my stomach. What's besides the point is that those seeds seem familiar. I think they'll boost our health and stuff, but let's save them for like a real tight moment. I doubt it'll happen, but just in case.
Vespa agrees with you.
Noted, good sir. And then Sir Wiggles just kind of like stares back at the closet.
I'm gonna
Trying to,
continue
like,
walking down the stairs.
It's safe to move
Okay,
on.
So the catapult with the stairs, do you just want to leave it? As it'll just fly down, unless you guys want to hold it while it goes down slowly.
No.
Your bird will be fine.
I
Don't need
mean,
it.
I'm gonna say
I was
you
gonna
probably
say
like.
if Jiggles wants to try and convince Vesper, he'll help him try and bring it down.
I don't need
I'm
it.
gonna.
It was extra.
I want to say after taking a look and seeing how it works, he Jiggles kind of feels a way to build it without physical means, a more magical means. So I'm going to just guess he's going to discard it. It was good temporarily, and it already had its uses.
You know
And
what? What I'll do is I'll set it up, fire it off with me and Peter, and then we'll glide down.
yeah, you can do that.
Fuck the
Just a
rest
minute.
of you two. I'm gonna go
I'm
adventure.
okay. You
You
see,
know what?
basically like on the bottom of the stairs, like kind of a rug landing for you. So I'm going to say you just landed right on there. And then what about you guys?
I'm gonna try and run down the stairs. And then, like, but it's still in the same Sir Wig fashion. So he's just scrambling and tumbling down the stairs.
Okay, yeah, this is actually the stairs are not wood. It's very easy to grip on it. This is your advantage. You're comfortable. You're scrambling your ass all over that stairs down it.
He's like hyping himself up. He's like, I must follow. It is
All right, I'm
dangerous.
gonna do something different. I'm gonna climb up and get on the rail, the handrail, right? How steep
Mhm.
is it?
You're about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Like, how much
8,
of an
9.
incline is it when I'm on the handrail that leads downstairs to the stair? With the stairs, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So it's about like let's say 20 feet down, like for 20 feet for you. Like it's not actual 20 feet. It's a hamper 20 feet. So you see it. It's kind of
So,
a little bit small, like shorter distance from the cage to the display case. That's how I'm gonna kind of word it for you to understand like how long it is.
okay. So what I want to do is when I'm on the handrail of the stairs, put my shield down, sit on it, and just slide right down.
Okay, perfect. You guys get to the bottom, and then from there you guys land down on the bottom, and you guys survey the area. I'll give you guys a perception check to kind of take a look at what you see before you guys make your next step.
Ha, not one. I see nothing.
Oh,
I
you're
I
got
had too
blinded.
much fun sliding down.
Yeah,
13.
you had 15, and then what about you, Jiggles?
13.
For what? Perception?
Yeah.
Mm, that's a 3.
Okay, so you guys don't see anything. You're basically landing on this fuzzy rug that's on the carpet floor, and you're cozy, so you're not really paying too much attention. You're focusing on how nice that feels. Vesper is just having too much fun right now, being free. But since Sir Wiggles is ever vigilant, Sir Wiggles sees laid out wise. You guys will all see this, but when it comes to what Sir Wiggles saw, that's going to be just more so his own thing to tell you guys. But everything you see is the couch is on the right side when you go down the stairs. The stairs are against the wall, so straight ahead is going to be the door. Right next to the door is going to be a bench. Right next to you guys is going to be the couch with a TV right in front of it. And then right next to the couch is like a dog bed. You do also see another display case further down from the bench itself into that corner, right top corner from you guys. From what's Sir Wiggles sees is a little mouse from the bench, kind of like saying shush and like waving over, like to come over.
I'd like to.
Wee!
Okay, so they're busy doing their own thing. Can I like stealthily sneak over there to the mouse?
Yes, you can. You can do that. I'm gonna say they're distracted anyway, so you can easily do it. They'll probably see you later, but I'll just let you kind of just do it if you want to just kind of just go over there without a warning or word, since you've actually see it.
Yeah. So
I mean, I do
Yep.
have a passive perception of 15, so
Okay, I'll kind of give her the sneak first, and then I'll play it out. Don't worry.
all right.
I would say that moment of you sliding down and and Jiggles kind of like being comfortable and like relaxed, it's just a split moment of just starting off for a second. So no worries.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So you go over there to the mouse, and what you hear is, "Hey, you should really be quiet. There's something bad around here. Uh, if you guys want to follow me, I have a safe place to kind of hang out for a bit, and we can kind of talk about everything that's happened. I seen it all. I seen a lot of things. Just come with me. I promise. It's gonna be okay. Just please."
can I tell if he's lying or if he's like up to no good?
You can roll an insight check if you want.
Yes. Ooh, 20.
Yeah, on natural 20 or just 20?
Nat 20. So it's just 20.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. He is shaking. You know he's telling the truth, and he's afraid of a lot of things, and he wants to like help out anyone he can possibly help. He's a very helpful guy, and you can just get that out of him that he's being good, but he's going out of his way, out of his comfort zone to help you.
Well met, young traveler. Let's
Yeah.
move someplace quiet.
Oh, okay. Do you want to gather your friends? I see them come down too.
He just looks back at them and just sighs. Very well. One moment while I alert them. And then he's just kind of like, he kind of like tries to be as quiet as he can. He just kind of like wanders back to them. It's like, brethren, we have aid and possible insight on where Master has gone, but we must be stealthily quiet as there is something strange and dangerous around this area. I think they're just like on the rug, just chilling.
All right. Sure. Let's go with the cool mouse dude. He seems nice.
Yes.
He's like waving you guys over like a frantic like smile. Yeah, come on, come on.
I'm gonna
Hurry,
walk
please.
over with Peter. Hey, buddy. You want a hit? I'll blow some smoke in his face.
Okay. And then so you guys go to the bench area where the mouse is. Is it everybody? So Jiggles goes, Wiggles. What about you,
I'll
Vesper?
look
You go.
around. I'll look around as we're walking by to see if I can collect anything.
Okay, I'm gonna have you roll a perception check for just you.
24, 19 plus 5.
Everything seems calm and normal right now, but you do see a bit of by the door, by the bench. You do see some like little bit of rocks and dirt that it actually came in from like the main door. That you can tell he takes his shoes off there. So you did find ammo for your slingshot, by the way. You can put 3 of those in your inventory.
Hey.
But that's all you get from it. You just if something's around and the mouse is telling you like it's something hidden pretty well, you don't get a sense or see anything at all. Just the mouse and that's it.
Okay.
Okay, you know what? I'll also say you also see kind of like the green stuff here and there kind of splattered, and you see kind of a little blood kind of like at the end of the couch on the floor too as well, and also in the middle of the couch. But that's all you see. You guys go onto the bench, and the mouse says, "Hey, I need just follow me real quick. We need to go over here to this display." He points to the display case.
So he doesn't
That's
react
where
to
I
me
live.
blowing smoke in his face.
He. Oh yeah, I thought you blew in the other. Okay, no, he has. Yeah. Yes. Can you please not do that? That really, it really hurts my lungs. I'm gonna go to my house. I want you guys to come with me. It's the safest place here. Follow me. He basically goes to the display case, gesturing you guys to follow.
Mm-hmm.
So Wiggles takes the lead.
Okay, perfect. Everyone else follows behind.
Yep.
You go into this underneath the display case where he actually has a hole that buries under it and goes basically into the first level of it. And that first level is basically kind of like a home. It looks like just a regular house inside of it. Very safe, very secure. Blocked in by a glass, you can see everything outside of it. He gestures you guys to kind of come over here to the couch. He has kind of a little plastic couch there. Please sit down. You guys thirsty? You guys want something to drink? Oh my god, there's a lot we have to talk about.
I will take a cup.
Yeah, you know what? I like the idea of winding this session down as we sit at a little makeshift table and have a drink with this mouse man.
Okay. And then we're gonna kind of he's basically gonna wind down with you guys, and we're gonna kind of end the session there since it has been a bit. But next thing we'll start off basically of him kind of describing what he knows and everything. But we'll go from there. Like stop right here. It's be good, like kind of a stop point.
Cool.
Sweet.